Okay, I want you to picture the most high-stakes entrance you can possibly make.
Uh-huh.
You're not just walking into a room, you are, like, literally carrying the fortune of an entire household for the next 365 days.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
Absolutely
Right.
terrifying. But in the source we're looking at today, a text titled Van Bun Duk Dan. This isn't some nightmare, it's a huge honor.
It is.
We're doing a deep dive into the Vietnamese custom of being the first person to enter a house on Lunar New Year.
And it's such a fascinating tradition. I mean, calling it a custom almost feels too simple.
How so?
Based on this text, it reads more like a strategic operation. We're really talking about the deliberate engineering of luck.
That's the vibe I got too. It's not just hoping for the best.
No.
The mission here, it seems, is that this one single interaction sets the whole energetic tone for the year. The text says this person brings many good things to the family. So let's break down the algorithm here.
Okay.
How does a family make sure they get the good things and not, a total disaster?
Well, it all starts with timing. The text is very specific that this happens right after Vietnamese Lunar New Year's Eve.
So the clock strikes midnight, New Year begins, and that's the moment.
Exactly. The threshold of the home, it becomes this kind of active portal for luck.
A portal for luck. I like that.
Yeah.
So the timing is fixed, but the person, this is where the text gets really specific, that's the big variable.
Right. You can't just leave your front door unlocked and see who wanders in.
Definitely not.
You really don't want just anyone. The source outlines some pretty strict criteria for who you choose. To get that optimal luck transfer, the guest needs to be successful and healthy.
It's like a vetting process. You're trying to project those treats, success, health onto your own family for the year. But there's another layer, a sort of technical constraint that I found really interesting. It's not enough to just be, like, generally a great person.
You have to fit the data model, so to speak.
Yes. You're talking about the 12 animals designation rule.
That's the one.
The text mentions that the guest's age has to fit the house owner's age, according to this rule.
And that's critical. It takes the custom from just, hey, let's invite a successful friend over, to something rooted in astrological harmony.
Right.
A person might be incredibly successful, but if their animal sign clashes with the homeowners, then they're not the right person. They're not the right conduit for that luck.
So if I'm the homeowner, I'm looking for a very specific profile.
Yeah.
Healthy, successful, and astrologically compatible with my birth year.
Which is exactly why the text says that families choose this person very carefully. This is why I called it a strategic operation. You're curating your future.
And the stakes are high. The text calls this person very important because if you get it right, good things happen. But what I really liked is that it answers the question I immediately had.
Which was,
Why would anyone agree to do this? The pressure.
it is a heavy burden, isn't it? If the family has a bad year, is that your fault?
Exactly. But the source, it reveals this kind of reciprocity. It's not a one-way transaction.
The blessing aspect.
Yes. It says the person who does this, who enters first and offers nice wishes, also gets a blessing for performing the good deed.
I think that's the key. It turns what could be a stressful social duty into a positive feedback loop.
It does. I bring you luck, and then the act of bringing you luck brings me luck.
It incentivizes everyone to participate. Instead of being afraid of the pressure, you're actually motivated to be that person because it benefits you too.
So to just sort of wrap up what we found in this text, you have a very precise window of time,
Right after New Year's.
a strict set of criteria for the person based on success, health, and zodiac compatibility.
And a mutual reward system.
A system that binds the guest and the host together in this cycle of luck.
It's a really beautiful system when you think about it. It takes this abstract idea of hope for the new year and makes it into a concrete, actionable ritual.
It really does. It makes you think about how we enter people's lives in general. We
Yeah.
usually just show up. This tradition asks you to show up with intention.
That's a great way to put it. And it leaves you with a lingering question, I think. If you look at your own life right now, your health, your success, your general vibe, would you be a good candidate?
And that's the provocative thought for you today. If a friend called and asked you to be the one to determine their family's fortune just by walking through their door, would you feel confident enough to say yes? Or would you worry that maybe, just maybe, you aren't compatible enough to carry that weight? Thanks for listening to this deep dive.